20th April 2026. Explosive testimony at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry has put the spotlight back on Gareth Mnisi and his alleged link to controversial police officer Fannie Nkosi. A list, 7 companies, and a tender worth millions. But here's the twist. Some of those companies were not even compliant.
You saw the message. What them forward to refer to is, you say you do not know.
Chair.
Here's my difficulty. With that part of the message that you do not understand, that to me seems to cut across the idea that this was about compliance. And in any event, there's nothing in the text about compliance. This says, here's the list that's going to be given to whom forward to in order of priority. Do you want to comment?
Yes, I do, with due respect.
Yes.
And I must say, Chair, that was a very loaded statement that you gave, so I'm going to try and break it down now. And in me break it down, firstly, I must give the Commission my understanding of this message. It's a message that I received. When I received this message, I see keywords. 7 companies I see, priority I see. But with due respect, Chair, you can't read this message on 177 in isolation of page 148, in isolation of page 150. It's a build up. This is a build up, so it would be extremely unfair for us to take this as an isolated single event. It's a build up starting on the 11th of March. We're now sitting on the 27th of March. Hence, it's so important for me to bring the context so that we all understand. Not on each message would there be check compliance, check compliance, check compliance. It happened on the first encounter via telephonic discussion as I presented on page 148 on the 11th of March. From then, I understood and I knew what this matter was about.
Yes, let's zoom in on that. You said on that build-up, you came to understand that he actually wanted to ensure that the municipality, and because he was communicating with you, I can directly say that you would make sure that these entities get the award and get the award in the order listed. You said that's how you eventually came to understand he was seeking to convey. You said so when responding to one of Commissioner Baloyi's questions, correct?
Correct, Chair. I said that,
yes,
and that was my understanding due to the
yes,
persistent nature of this. It was no longer a case of someone not understanding. There was more to that. But I must also state, Chair,
please try to be short if questions don't require lengthy explanations, and this one did not. Thank you. Now, that's the understanding you had come to have. And let's look at your response. Now you have the understanding that, and bear in mind that when we go back, the request was about something you could not do and you had told him so. He persists. Now it gets to a point where you realize that what he actually wants is that you should do an improper award. You've just said so. Now let's look at your response. You say, thanks and forward to, I'm on top of this. Is that the sort of response one could expect from someone who actually realizes that this person wants you to commit corruption, wants you to effect an improper award? Is this the response? Thanks and forward to, I am on top of this.
Okay, Chair. So like I was saying in the first place, I need to respond to this, taking into account that he doesn't say that I realized this on my own because of the persistent nature of this individual. At this point, Chair, I am annoyed because I was clear to you that there's nothing I could do. And I must also reiterate for the record, I did not do anything about that. My responses now is equally to try and demonstrate on his misunderstanding. Firstly, he pretends as if, from my view, by the third message, that he just wants me to check compliance, which I've been clear on. You can't check compliance in these matters. So what do I need to do now, Chair? There's 2 things I could have done. First one I could have done, which would have been the most easiest way to get me out of this conundrum that I'm finding myself in now, would have said, there's nothing I can do, please stop talking about this thing. Easily. Second one, Chair, please, if I can just wrap this up.
No, I'm not talking, I just switched my mic on.
See, what's so important, Chair, is that the second thing is that I need to take a decision. This is an individual who is my friend now, and I need to manage that friendship in a delicate manner. So I play along, intentionally. And Chair, that playing along and me entertaining him assists me, because this is the last time he ever raises this issue. Mind you, this is the 25th of March, 2025. The award is eventually made 9 months down the line, on the 25th of September. Can you imagine, Chair, had I not treated this man in the manner that I did, I would have been constantly bombarded with this issue over and over. Ideally, I could have, and I should have, expressly clear, tell him that I've told you before, just stop it, stop going on about this matter. But in me taking into account that this is also a friend of mine now, I need to treat this matter delicately. And I chose an easier way out for me. And an easier way out for me at this point in time was, I'm going to play along, I'm going to entertain this individual, I'm going to huff and puff, so that he thinks I'm able to assist him. And Chair, that helped me, because there was no further discussion from then forth on this matter.
I will say this, Mr. Mnisi. You don't come across as a weak person. And the second alternative, which is basically not to challenge him when he is suggesting that you should effect an improper award, shows weakness. And I do not understand why you would not have told your friend that, look, here, my responses on this have been A, B, C, D. I made myself clear on the first occasion on this, but you are not only persisting, but now you are suggesting that I should make an improper award. I will not do that. I do not, subject to what happens down the line, but at this point, I do not believe what you are saying. I want to suggest to you that you were actually cooperating with Sergeant Nkosi. And when the names were given a second time, probably during the telephone calls, you had asked for the names again. And now he's giving you names so that there may be an award, and that award should be in accordance with or rather should be in the sort of priority that is listed on here, on that second last text. And you say, thanks Mfowethu, I'm on top of this. So I suggest to you that you were cooperating with Sergeant Nkosi.
Okay.
Any comment?
Yes, Chairperson, indeed, I do have a comment. Firstly, I didn't want to jump the gun, because me jumping the gun and expressly saying to this guy, you are making me do something wrong, where there's no objective evidence that he's doing that. It's me reading the situation on my own at this stage. So, Chair, it would have been, I think, not smart for me to start conflict where there's no conflict. The onus is on him on this point. The onus is on him to make it clear to me that this is over and above compliance. He doesn't do that. He sticks to his guns as per 148, that I want you to check compliance for me. I also stick to my guns that I can't check for you, but I see the persistent nature. I then realize, because I've been in this field for some time, I realize that this is, I'm suspecting, maybe let me be very careful in the words that I use. I'm suspecting in my own assessment, due to the persistence of the nature of these messages, that this is now him wanting me to go over and above compliance. He wanted me to go over and above compliance in terms of this matter. Whether it's checking whether they've made it to the next stage or whatever, I don't know, Chair. I don't want to speculate on that, but that I did realize that it was over and above compliance. But in all fairness as well, it doesn't expressly say that. So I can't jump the gun and start conflict where there shouldn't be. So what I decide to do is stick to the initial narrative as per our discussion 148. And the initial discussion was, please check compliance. He pretends like he doesn't know that I said he doesn't. I will also pretend like I will check for you. This is leading me to 177. Was it the smartest approach in dealing with the matter and taking the easier route at this stage in this forum? No, it was not. But that was my understanding at this stage, Chair. Secondly, I was not cooperating with him, Commissioner. I was not cooperating with him. I could not cooperate with him. There was nothing I could do to check any compliance or to interfere in the process. I also did not do anything to suggest with the objective evidence that we are looking at, Chair, that I interfered in this process. I'm explaining the context of that, taking into account the sequence of events from that point in time. So I respectfully, Chair, don't agree with the notion that I was intentionally cooperating. He was playing like a fool. I also played like a fool.
Suspended City of Tshwane CFO Gareth Mnisi was questioned at the Madlanga Commission over a list of companies that was allegedly sent to him by Sergeant Fannie Nkosi back in March 2025. According to testimony, this list contained 7 companies that had applied for a municipal security tender. Nisi told the commission that Nkosi wanted him to check whether these companies met the bid requirements, something Mnisi claims he could not do. But here's where it gets serious. Out of those 7 companies, 2 were later awarded the tender. And one of those companies, Ngaphesheya, which is owned by Nkosi's own brother. The commission also heard that both Ngaphesheya and another company, El Shaddai, were actually non-compliant with the bid specifications. Despite this, they still walked away with the tender. Nisi, however, denies any involvement. He told the commission that Nkosi was simply trying his luck and insisted he played no role in awarding the contracts. He even described the situation as entertaining Nkosi after persistent messages saying he became annoyed over time.
I don't know anything.
I think that's not true. You stand by that answer. What do you know about El Shaddai?
I don't know anything.
Is it not true that El Shaddai and Ngaphesheya were the 2 bidders who you, Mr. Mnisi, and the deputy head of the TMPD, Mr. Dlamini, who's described as general undercover in your chats, weren't those the 2 bidders that you decided were going to win this tender?
What's the second name in addition to El Shaddai, Mr. Chairman?
Ngaphesheya, his brother's company, Sergeant Nkosi's brother's company.
Okay. Your answer, Sergeant Nkosi?
No, that's not true.
It's not true.
Yes,
It's not true.
it's not true.
Did you have any communications with Mr. Mnisi and undercover General Dlamini in relation to Ngaphesheya and El Shaddai?
Not Al Shaddai, but Ngaphesheya.
So you say you spoke about Ngaphesheya, but not about El Shaddai.
That's correct.
Also, the name is Ngaphesheya.
Ngaphesheya. And at no stage you suggested that El Shaddai should also get the contract.
for response.
Your answer?
Oh, sorry. Yes, Mr. Shazalson.
Bear with me. I wasn't planning to get there today, but I was planning to get there tomorrow. Give me a minute. I'll show you where you spoke to them.
You may get there, but I'm pressed a bit.
I'll get there quickly. Go to page 148.
Listen, through your commission. I've been holding it for some time. Just.
You are a young man. You can't be pressed this many times.
No, you know why? Is this medication? I drink more water. Then they cost me to. I'm sorry, commissioners, about that.
Let's adjourn.
But the commissioners didn't stop there. They questioned Mnisi about WhatsApp messages that do not clearly show him rejecting Nkosi's requests. His response? He claims he rejected the proposal during a phone call, not in writing. The drama escalated when the name of Julius Malema came up. Messages presented at the commission suggested Mnisi may have received a list of companies linked to the EFF, but Mnisi firmly denied this. He told the commission he has never received any list from the EFF, he has never met Julius Malema, and only knows him as the party's president.
Let's look at the second and third messages. There's a list of 7 messages, 7 companies on the second list, on the second message. And on the third message, it says, "Afternoon, Captain." So this is Deputy Chief Mnisi saying, "Afternoon, Sergeant Nkosi. I trust you are well and your family. The above is from the Red Berets. Please check with Mfowethu," that would be you, "if it's the same with his from CIC Juju to verify the authenticity." So Sergeant Nkosi is being asked by Deputy Chief Mnisi to take that list of 7 companies to you to check if it's the same as a list that he assumes Mr. Malema has given to you. CIC Juju, you'll accept as Mr. Malema.
I accept.
So Deputy Chief Mnisi assumes that Mr. Malema has given you a list of companies in relation to this tender. You accept that? I'm not asking you at this stage if Mr. Malema did. I'm asking you if that is what this message shows the assumption to have been on the part of Deputy Chief Mnisi.
Yes, I accept that, SC.
Now, did Mr. Malema ever give you a list of companies in relation to this tender?
No.
Can you offer any explanation as to why Deputy Chief Mnisi would have thought that Mr. Malema or somebody else from the EFF would have given you a list of companies for this tender?
I don't know.
And according to evidence, the original message containing the list of companies actually came from Umashi Dlamini. Dlamini previously told the commission that he received the list from 2 individuals claiming to represent the EFF.
In addition, you further provided him with a list of 7 other companies who are supposed to get the tender as per alleged communication with people purporting to represent the EFF, and you requested that Sergeant Nkosi to check with via Mr. Mnisi and Mr. Julius Malema if those 7 companies are the correct companies that EFF want to get tenders. I had a visit to my office by Mr. Muzi and Sipo. The 2 I know from student movement in the late 80s, who claimed to have met with the CFO and gave him 7 names of the security companies. I then requested Sergeant Nkosi to verify with the CFO the story, and only to discover that it was not true.
Not probing at this stage, but can you explain why you did this via Sergeant Nkosi and not inquire directly from the CFO.
I know Sergeant Nkosi to be having a relationship with Mr. Mnisi. I did not have the contact details for Mr. Mnisi.
You work in the same, you work for the same institution, the city of Tshwane, Deputy Chief.
Through Commissioner, I don't have most of the group heads' contact details.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Before you move on, you make reference to the two gentlemen, Muzi and Sipho. Can you provide us with their full names?
I know Muzi as Muzi Mazibugo, but Sipho, I don't know his surname. I was close to Muzi during student movement. They came, the two of them.
But you knew this guy from the 80s?
Yes.
Both of them?
Both of them.
And almost 40 years later, you say you don't know Sipho's...
I don't know his surname. I know him as Sipho, yes. Muzi, we were at school together.
Okay.
Same school together.
This Muzi and Sipho, were they from EFF themselves, as far as you know?
I can't tell whether they are EFF. I know them from student movement. The last time I know them, they were ANC members, so I'm not sure whether they've moved or what. So that's what puzzled me when they came to name drop, the EFF thing.
And did you ever confront them about this lie? What turned out to be a lie eventually?
Since I never confronted them about it.
All right.
So you say there that you, Sergeant Nkosi, to verify with the CFO.
Yes.
He did do that. Did Sergeant Nkosi do that?
Yes, he told me that the CFO says he never met those people. He doesn't
know them?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So, sorry, just to piggyback on that question, is it about the people not knowing that they are from EFF, or is it the companies? What is it that he didn't know?
They claim to be, representing, the EFF, those people, to say these are bidders that they want to pursue. But I know that, within the city, I don't engage with politicians and so forth for reasons best known to me, so much as I was puzzled in that regard.
Okay, we will have to park this for now because I think the chats say something different, but let's park it for now.
Okay.
This all forms part of a wider probe in alleged tender manipulation within the city of Tshwane, where Mnisi served as both CFO and chairperson of the Bid Adjudication Committee. The Bid Adjudication Committee plays a critical role in deciding who wins municipal tenders, making these allegations even more serious. Mnisi has consistently denied influencing tender outcomes, receiving any benefits from the bidders, or abusing his position. So the big question remains, if Mnisi had no role and the companies were non-compliant, how did they win the tender? The Madlanga Commission of Inquiry continues to dig deeper, and this case is far from over. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more updates on this developing story. See you on the next one. Bye.